These tones from Finlandia, the mighty musical work of Jean Sibelius. We are come to Helsinki in Finland on our trip in Europe. And Finland is not so very well known for Christianity. It's well known for mobile phones, for electronics, but not so much for spiritual things. But sometimes big revivals come to Finland and shake the nations. This happened once. I want to talk a little bit about that. That was a Pentecostal preacher. His name was Yli-Vainio, and he experienced a big revival in Finland in the middle 1970s. In the latter part of the 1970s, a big revival came to Finland, and about 40,000 people converted to Jesus Christ in a very short time. He had it was only a few years that he had his ministry in Finland, but in that few years he put a big impact on the Finnish people, on the Finnish churches, and also on Scandinavia.
The revival with the Finnish preacher Yli-Vainio is one of the biggest and most breathtaking revivals in Scandinavia ever. In a very short time, 40,000 Finnish people turned to the Lord. Many miracles started to happen, and the whole atmosphere in Finland changed in a remarkable short time. His ministry was concentrated on the laying on of hands, and he prayed for thousands of people all the time. He started to travel abroad immediately when the revival broke out. And one of the first places he visited was the Church of Philadelphia, Oslo.
I was in Philadelphia Church when I first time met Yli-Vainio. Now I'm here at the platform in the Philadelphia Church, and in this church he came as one of the first places outside of Finland. Immediately when the revival started in Finland, he went to Norway, because he had a friend there that was a Norwegian preacher, Terje Berntsen. And they come both to Philadelphia, Oslo, and very strange things happened in this church then. I had office in this church then, and I had office here in the building, and I was leading the young people in this church. And I remember his first meeting was on a Friday, a young people meeting, a Friday meeting, and the young people gather in the church, and those young people that I used to have with me on evangelization on Saturdays, I came here to the Friday meeting, and I went up to the platform for prayer. I usually do this in Pentecostal churches. I come forward for prayers, and in charismatic churches also. And when I started to pray for these young people, then they started to fall to the ground. They fainted, actually. It was strange to see. And we had never seen this in Norway before. Never. So he was very much surprised. And I was also prayed for, together with the leaders of the church. We were prayed for. And also we fell to the ground. So a power struck me. So I fell down. And I was very, very eager to find out what this was. I never seen this, I never experienced these things.
Here in the corridors of Philadelphia Church leading up to the platform, young people lay as unconscious for a long time. On the platform, hundreds of others fell down during the meetings from Friday to Sunday. On Sunday, the hall was packed with people. We had never seen things like this before. In Finland, a university started to do investigations to find out whether there was radiation from the ground that caused these things to happen, but found out nothing. Afterwards, falling to the ground has become a ritual, something that happens all the time in churches. But this was different.
I didn't think that these young people was very special, spiritual. not known for any spirituality in the church. I was not eager in evangelization either. These people also got prayed for, and I also fell to the ground. And they were laying there as I fainted for a long time. And it was very strange to see. And we used to do evangelization on Saturdays, and we told about in the streets that there's some big meetings going on in Philadelphia, Oslo, and there's a preacher there, and when he prays for people that are falling down. So, and we had this fight with this, they call themselves the heathen society. And they were young people who was very much against Christianity, and they started to stop all things like this. This was very bad for them. So then when I heard about it, when we told about it in the street, that there's big meetings in Philadelphia, Oslo, many strange things happen, people is falling to the ground. They come to the meeting on Sunday, and there was packed with people on Sunday, and also the heathen society came to the meeting to stop the meetings. And when the meeting was over and he started to pray for people, those heathens, I call themselves heathens, heathen society, they come also forward for prayer, and they wanted to get prayers. And this heathen, this antichrist people, they came also forward, and he put his hand on them, and they also fall to the ground. And it was very strange. And the newspaper wrote about it, and there was some discussion, of course, about it in the newspapers, but it was, we couldn't explain it.
These meetings changed the atmosphere in the church for a long time. People who had lost faith in revival were inspired and started to attend the church again. Also, some new came to the church. Yli-Vainio had revival in Finland for some more years until he died a few years afterward. His name is still the most well-known name among Pentecostal leaders in Finland, both abroad and in Finland.